so we have the ultimate console versus of the next generation available. What we're going to be putting out right now. That is going to be the PS4 versus the Xbox One versus the Wii U. And I have a main man, Ryan, here helping us out with that. Of course, man. Yeah, definitely. Great gamer here. He knows his gaming stuff, so he's definitely going to help me out with this here. And this video is going to be, you know, it's very early to kind of do reviews on consoles, especially when they just come out. So many things change, so many updates come out, and really a console's greatness is always going to be measured based upon its game titles, and that takes a while for those things to come out, you know?
Yeah, and I think one thing that's worth mentioning is, you know, there are other comparison videos out there, and I really think that they're leaving out an important console here, and it's a console that got a year head start on both of these, and I don't think people have been giving it a fair shot. So Warren and I came to the conclusion that we needed to include this.
You got to include the Wii U. I mean, it's right now it has the best lineup of titles compared to the other two right now. Obviously, that might change over time, but it's just important to kind of get all three out there. And this is going to be sort of a review for the PS4 and Xbox One, of course. And we'll probably revisit this a year later to see where they are. But it takes some time to really see where these things are going. So that being said, we're going to pretty much give you information sort of about each console, some of the special things that each console has. So this is going to be pretty informative for people that are trying to decide which one to get this holiday season, or just trying to decide overall which one is going to be better for them, you know, for them or for their family and stuff like that. Because we know we have a lot of parents that watch a lot of these things here, and I like doing these type of videos, especially I did all the 3DSs and the DSs sort of all in one video a few years back. I got a lot of parents thanking me for helping them figure out which one to get. So we're trying to give you that here as well too. It's going to be a long video. You just understand that, but it's worth watching because we're going to try and give you as much information as possible. And the thing is that these all have do more than just game now. They have, you know, the gaming aspect, but they all have entertainment aspects to them in different ways, and sort of the way they go about doing that.
The big trend right now is the second screen experience, which
each
all of these are capable of.
All in a different way too. Each one of these has
very
different way, but all of them have second screen capabilities. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the new kid on the block first. That's going to be the Xbox One. Then we'll go with the PS4, and then we'll talk about the Nintendo Wii U after that. So definitely watch all three segments and get a great understanding, and then we'll sort of wrap it up here at the end. So let's get started here with the new Xbox One. Alright guys, we're going to start off here with the Xbox One, and we're going to do some kind of walkthrough of it. The Xbox One is the latest one to come out here. It's obviously by Microsoft. It's priced at $500, so it's currently the most expensive console out right now at $500. That's back in the days of the PlayStation 1 when it first came out in 1994. You go in the catalog and it was what? $500, $600?
$500 for the base for the 20 gig version, and $600 for the 60 gig version.
Oh wow, jeez. Yeah, consoles are price expensive, but these things do sort of do a whole lot of things right now. We're definitely going to show you some of the second screen stuff and some of the voice commands, because that's going to be the big thing. Because with the Kinect, you're at least getting the full package for the most part, because I'm assuming the Xbox One, because you're getting the full package, because you're getting the Kinect camera with it, which is essential for really using the system. As you're going to see right here when I go, Xbox on.
Warren's basically going to try and sell me on this because I'm very curious as to the multimedia functionality. I don't have one quite yet, but I am very curious. So he's going to show me some of the things, and maybe I'll go out and try and look for one today.
So right now, not all the multimedia functions work right off the bat. See, you notice it just signed me in because I have it, the camera set to when it sees me, it'll automatically sign me in. I can also use a voice command to do that as well too. But you saw me, boom, signs me right in, and I'm here into the Xbox experience, which if you use Windows 8 at all, have seen it at all, it looks pretty much identical to it. It's really streamlining the interfaces together and giving you that sort of one experience pretty much for everything. And on the Xbox One, comes with 500 gigs of hard drive space. We're not going to get too hard in the specs here because for most of the time, it's not like you really can change it. It's like a PC, you can change it. But it does have like an 8-core processor. It does have a Blu-ray player, so for those that are looking for the Blu-ray stuff, that's going to be there for you. But you also have things like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Amazon Video apps are available on here, and that's a big thing. This has apps, and it also supports Windows 8 apps as well too. So if someone makes an app for the App Store, you could essentially get one app and see it on not only your Windows phone, but on your tablet and on your Xbox One as well too. So let's kind of navigate here through the menu.
One thing I think that's important to point out too is I think, in my opinion, the Xbox One, even though it is the most expensive, I think it's the most complete in-box experience.
Yeah,
it comes with the Kinect. It doesn't have any proprietary controllers like the Wii that you would need to buy, like a Wiimote or a Wii Pro controller. It's pretty much, when you buy the console, it comes with everything you need.
Yeah, and that's pretty much key. The only couple of criticisms I would give with it currently is that I think they should include the Play and Charge kit, at least with the initial packaging, especially because we have a day one edition of this is what I have, and I wish they would include that, because I like the idea of being able to use AA batteries as a backup, but I want the rechargeable battery just to start right off with. That's going to help me feel like a much better gaming experience having that on there, and it feels more modern that way. We're so used to recharging things, especially, and not using AA's as much, and your controller should at least have that. I mean, it supports it, but it should have that.
AA's feel kind of antiquated, but as we kind of discussed earlier, I think that there's still a great feature, because if you're in a long gaming session and you want to keep playing, you can just grab more AA's.
Yeah, so it's a good feature, but you just want the best of both worlds, and essentially that's what we're trying to say. So
I want to have my cake and eat it too.
Exactly. So the Xbox One menu is pretty much broken down into 3 tabs, pins, stuff you've pinned that are apps and things you want to have quick access to, home, and store, which is all like the apps, games, music, TV, stuff like that. There is games on disc you can buy, and there's also games on you can buy directly and download right from the network right onto your console on here as well too. So let's first start off here. We can actually let's check out a game. We'll check out NBA 2K. So we'll actually do it by voice. Xbox, and you can see those list of voice commands you can use here, and what we'll use is we'll use go home, which we're already there, and we'll go to play disc. Jumps right into the game. Now, one of the cool features about the Xbox, a lot of times, it's multitasking capabilities as well too, being able to kind of do 2 things at once. So while that's loading, I can actually hit the Xbox button and let that kind of go, and I can snap in another app. That's what the snap thing here is for.
I think you can actually try and watch TV,
which I think we actually were going to do here in a second, which that's one of the things I'm gonna bring up, and actually jump into the TV a little bit too. So let's do TV. If you can pick up anything, it's a real small screen to watch, because that's one of the things with the Xbox, is that it can connect with your cable box to pretty much take over as your main television. As you can see there, now you see we have TV on the side while the game's going on at the same time. We can actually choose what channels, with recent channels we have. We got to go full screen to kind of go through all of them, but if we wanted to watch some Monday Night Football or something like that while playing a game, we could do both of those at the same time and still hit, and that stays this way until you unsnap it, and you can still go within the rest of the menu and interface and go and do whatever you want to do from there. Let's say you want to get on a Skype call, which I don't have Skype set up quite yet on there, but you can jump on there if you want to. It's NFL Sunday, so we can check out the NFL app. It'll bring that up and actually replace the game, even though the game is still loading, and we can go back to that and at the same time. So it's giving you all these different ways of sort of multitasking around, which is nice to have.
And this is really cool. I mean, if you compare this to the PS4 and the Wii U, neither of those consoles can really do what you're seeing here. I think Xbox has really nailed the multitasking functionality.
Oh, definitely. And the thing is that everything is good about still having that voice command. So I could still go Xbox. Xbox. There we go. And we can go to go home. Head back into here. Resume NFL. Resume NFL. Still got to enunciate things a little bit with it as well too. And we'll go ahead and head back out of here. So you get the idea. The NFL app actually supports fantasy, but we don't actually have any fantasy teams. They don't support Yahoo or the other ones just yet. Those are going to be coming in the future.
The only one that's supported right now is NFL Network. Yahoo and ESPN are definitely going to come in the future, and as Warren knows, I'm a big fantasy football guy.
Yeah, definitely. Who isn't these days?
It kind of killed it a little bit for me because I'm on Yahoo, so I killed the second screen experience for me. That's okay.
And you can see here, we had the NFL thing going. And what did I do while Chu was talking? I jumped right back into the game, which is still going through its menu system right then and there. And maybe we can get a quick look at some of the games. Actually, no, we'll do something a little bit different. We'll actually go into the game clips feature, which is something you can do while you're playing a lot of the games. You can actually get clips of the games to share around. So let me see if I can find that particular application, which I think is here in My Games and Apps. We'll bring that up here. And while that's loading, just a second here. All right, there you go. It's up. Let's go. Let's go back into that. And you can see game DVR is where we want to jump into.
Now, it's important to note here, too, that game streaming, while it is going to be supported, it's not actually working for the Xbox One right now. It's a feature that they plan to implement. So what game streaming basically is if you're playing a game in real time and you want your friends to watch, or you want to have an internet audience watch you play your game, they can do that on the PS4 currently. The Xbox One, it's coming. Doesn't work yet, but it's good to know that it'll be there.
That's good to know. Let's check out some N1 action here. This gives you an idea of sort of the graphics on the system here. And it took that clip, and I didn't even tell it to do that. You could tell it to do it in the game, but sometimes it'll actually do it on its own. And that was just a quick look at the graphics. We'll replay that again here, because it's going to take a little bit of time to get into an actual game. So.
And this is gameplay too.
Yeah, that's live gameplay. That's happening as we're like playing the game. All that's happening all at the same time. There's no drop in graphics or drop in and features and such here. So go ahead and go back here. Now, one of the things, reason we're not getting too in depth with games, because graphics can really depend upon the developer, because the system can do all this power, but the developers got to be able to take advantage of those things, and that's why when you try to compare graphics between PS4 and Xbox, and we'll say the PS4 right now on spec wise is the more powerful system out of all three of them, but that doesn't guarantee the games are going to look better than the other one. It's really depending upon the game engine and the developer. And those are things you have to look up and kind of research and review yourself. But if you want to see something funny, look at NBA Live 14 versus NBA 2K14. There's a YouTube video out of it, and see what the difference between a developer using graphics well and a developer not using graphics well. And that's a great example of that, actually.
Yeah.
It's very, very good example of that. Now let's take a look at some of the second screen experiences here. Now I have my Nokia 2520 tablet, which I have here, which we'll have a review on soon. It should be up if you're watching this sooner or later. So you pretty much on here, you're gonna get the same sort of menu that you kind of see here on the Xbox. Now, one of the cool things you could do, let's go ahead and connect to the Xbox One. It should be already connected, but you gotta find and hit connect. It should connect automatically, but we'll connect up to it. And it takes like a few seconds. You have to be on the same Wi-Fi network as well too. You can't do this through LTE or anything, so it has to be on the same network. So let's go here. I can actually hit remote icon, and I can actually control what goes on here on the screen and swipe things accordingly, like that, and it gives me, it's pretty cool.
It's really neat.
It gives you some advantages there as far as using a second screen, but also can take advantage of that not only on a Windows phone, but on Android and iOS as well too. Xbox Smart Glass is what it's called.
Wow, I didn't know that. I have an iPad.
And
I thought it was just a Windows 8 tablet. That's really neat.
It's an Xbox. It's not exclusive to just Windows. It's all the consoles, all the OS platforms on a smartphone. And I have the same control cool. on a Galaxy Note on an Android phone here as well too. And we can go ahead and hit connect, and we can connect to the console on the network and pretty much do the same exact things. Oh, I can't find it because I think this went to a different Wi-Fi on this phone, but you pretty much get the same controls that you would on here. Let's go ahead and head home here. Let's go to now you do have movies and TV, so you can download and stream content from Microsoft Store. And you can also do other apps as well too. And they give you pretty much a good library to kind of choose from. We can actually head back out. I just wanted to show you that real quickly. There's not a lot to see there, but it's available. Netflix is available as well too. YouTube is on here as well, which is funny considering YouTube and Google's history with Windows platforms. Recently,
they played nice though.
They played nice for this though. They have Hulu Plus, and user code is pretty cool. I've actually already used all the codes for this, but basically, if you get a card with a QR code on, you can wave in front of the Kinect. We actually did this in our unboxing, and it will pull the code in and load it in for you and get everything started. So it's pretty neat that it has that. You can do Skype, obviously, Skype calls, talk to friends and family. You have the camera right there in front of you to be able to do that. And actually back out of here. I keep jumping in NBA 2K, and you can see that it's still playing and going while I'm doing everything else, and you're not seeing a stutter as I'm going through this process and doing it here. Let's see, other things that it has. Let's go into the live TV. Xbox. Watch TV. Take a look at some of the TV aspects as we're watching some content. I have this actually connected to my Xfinity X1 box. Check out our review of that. We do have that up and available. Let's go to show guide. Oop, Xbox. Show guide. I will navigate through the TV guide here, and let's try to get some football on.
Oh yeah.
Let's try to get some football. I'm actually going to manually go there instead of trying to do it by voice, because it could be a little difficult at times. Let's go to, but you could call out.
Let's see what games that. Hold on. No, that's boring.
Yeah, it's just something quick to show here. So go ahead and hit that. Boom, boom. It'll change the channel on my TV. Brings it right up like that, and we're watching. Just that easy, just that simple. And that's really cool that it basically, if you don't have an X1 box, you have one of the older boxes, but you have the DVR capabilities. You want DVR or something like that, or something like that's just better. The Xbox One at least gives you that. It gives you a nice guide to be able to navigate through your menu system, which I really think is
I think this is great, because sometimes I can't decide on NFL Sunday. Like, do I want to watch football? Do I want to keep playing Assassin's Creed? I don't know. I can have both now.
Exactly. You can have
I can do both. That's fantastic.
I think that's a fantastic thing for it to have. And I hit the menu. TV's still playing.
Yeah.
Go back to the game. Game is still there. Go back. TV's still going on in the background. Oops, someone sent us a message, as you can see there. You can do messaging, and actually the messaging will work through the app as well too, so you can still talk to people through the console if people send you friends, send you messages and things. So you can, actually let's do one more thing. Let's go to Xbox. Bing.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
You said a bad word.
Yeah. Bing. But this is where Bing is actually at its best. So we can start searching for super big. Not sure what that's going to come up with. Safe stuff. But this allows you to sort of search through things, and it searches through pretty much all of your content and all other means and areas to be able to access something. So that's just a quick look at that. But I want to go back out of here, and I actually want to go into the browser, because Xbox finally has a browser, and that's through Internet Explorer. As soon as I can bring it up. I don't think I pinned it. Let's go.
I don't blame you for not pinning in the
Also, there is SkyDrive support, so if you do use SkyDrive, you can get your pictures and content streamed to the Xbox here.
I've actually seen a few of my Facebook friends upload Xbox One footage to the SkyDrive.
Wow.
You can just, it's really cool. I've seen them post the link. You click the link, it plays their game footage that they uploaded to SkyDrive.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet feature, yeah.
Pretty sweet feature.
It's really cool.
Now this is...
Oh, what's this site?
What's this
website?
I don't know, BWOne.com.
Oh, okay.
As you can see, it actually, it's a full web browser. And it actually renders sites pretty well. You can see, we can actually look at a couple of stories here. Do I have any Microsoft-based stories? I probably do somewhere around here.
Now, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you can probably do this on your tablet too and mirror it.
Yeah, you can. You pretty much can. I haven't done that yet, but I know you pretty much can control it.
So it might be easier to control on your phone and then have the page on your.
It's almost a little bit of like Chromecasting, a little bit, not exactly, but but you do at least get a full browser. You can search and go to most sites. And the reason I'm obviously using my site here, because I'm shamelessly promoting, And it's also a responsive theme as well too. So for you,
does the YouTube video work? What happens?
Yep. If you play it, it will play Flash video.
Wow. All right.
So you can get you. And I believe I don't know if I can hit maximize on this. I don't think I can. No, I don't think it'll let me maximize it out or anything. But you at least get to view Flash
at least
video.
it works.
At least it works. But cool browser. You can do things within it. Let me see. You can add the favorites. And you hitting this menu button on here will always bring up sort of the menus or options for whatever application you're in. And
all three of the consoles actually have browsers.
Browsers, yeah, all three of them have it now. Xbox is the newest of the game with this though, because he didn't have that before on the previous two consoles. So far, this has been the better experience compared to the other two right now that I've noticed. Just because it's kind of
the whole thing, or
no browser wise. Browser wise, right now, I think it's better. But they have Internet Explorer. It's kind of like it should be.
Yeah, they're already ahead of the game.
Ahead of the game. All right, so that's that's basically what we're looking at here with the Xbox One. You can see here it's one. It's all about having this one feature, and it just jumped into watching CBS because it was probably listening to me. But it's basically all about having this stop listening. You gotta tell it to stop listening, and it's still gonna listen. It can misbehave from time to time, so it's not exactly. There's still tweaks and things they have to figure out. There is still a cadence that you kind of have to do with the voice commands, but you still have this controller to be able to use it. Second screen experiences to be able to control this. So there's all different ways to go about controlling your Xbox One, and that's what it's about. It's about one device that does everything, and that's basically what this has. At $500, you're getting a Blu-ray player, you're getting a gaming console, you're getting Netflix, Hulu streaming capabilities, you're getting your gaming, you're getting, kind of everything you want to do in entertainment kind of all in one. And I think at that price point, that's putting Xbox in a very interesting position because it's giving you the ability to not only have all-in-one entertainment device, but it also connects with your computers and other devices as well too, to create sort of this one experience.
At the same time, though, if we're looking at this as a pure gaming console, right now the launch lineup is, I would say it's mediocre.
Yeah,
it
is.
There's nothing really next gen about the games that have come out. And that's to be expected. Developers need time to really get to know the console.
I think the only two games that look next gen are Forza 5. Considering that they've had the Xbox One for the longest time, that game should look like that. That's a great way to tell this is what you can do with power. And pretty much this in NBA 2K14. Which looks just absolutely amazing. But trust me, look up the video, NBA 2K14 was NBA Live, and you will be stunned. Like that's the difference between developer not using power and developer truly sitting there trying to use it. And that's a great example of that.
Yes.
And then that's why you should never go based on console power to determine how well a game is going to look on this case. But we're going to go ahead and I don't know if Shuv has anything else. We're going to go ahead and wrap up.
I think if you're looking at this as a pure gaming console, you probably aren't looking to buy the Xbox One just right now. There aren't any killer apps for it yet. I would say Q2 2014, when I believe Titanfall is supposed to drop on the Xbox One, which is supposed to be an amazing first-person shooter from what I've seen. That's when that game comes out, and that will be the killer app that will make people go out and buy the Xbox One for the gaming experience.
For the entertainment experience, I know DLNA, I don't think it's active yet on this, and there's a couple other specific things that are supposed to connect with your network that are not active yet on the Xbox One. But those things are going to develop and come through over time, and they're also going to there's going to be Windows 8 apps that are going to be able to work on this as well too, that'll be built up over time. So Xbox is something that's right now, it is a jack of all trades, a master of none type device that is a work in progress, and that's what it kind of is right now. Yeah. But at the price point it is now, it's a little expensive at $500, but you're getting a lot for $500. When this thing drops in price, it's going to probably be one of the best values for an entertainment device that's out there. And it has everything from streaming, second screen experiences, gaming, all this sort of stuff there. So I think we're wrapping up here with the
I would say from what Warren showed me, I'm pretty impressed so far. I'm pretty impressed so far by what the Xbox One can do. I'm not running out the door to go and buy one just yet, but I'm pretty impressed.
Pretty impressive. So now we're going to take a look at the next console, which is going to be the PS4, which came out a week earlier than this, and it's sort of there in the direct competition with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Not saying that another console isn't in competition with them as well too, but these two are really the ones that have been battling out in 2013. So let's take a look at what the PlayStation 4 gives us in terms of its offerings. Alright guys, now it's time to talk about the PlayStation 4 or PS4. In this one, I'm going to have Ryan kind of steer because he's sort of the PS4 guy, so he really does. He spent some significant time with the PS4, so he's going to really know the menu interface and have some great insight into what's going on with it. Right now, we do have the PS4, which is priced at $400. Does not include the camera though. The camera you have to buy separate.
$60.
It's about $60 or so. So it's an optional add-on, but I think it's also something that's essential to really bringing the console together because it's going to have similar commands and features as like the Kinect does. I think it's something you don't have to get right away, but I think down the road is something that you're probably definitely going to want to purchase. So let's go ahead and turn on the PlayStation 4. As you hear,
there's no currently there's no PlayStation on command like the Xbox, so you can't use your voice.
Womp womp. Oh well.
Turn on the console.
But it does have some pretty cool features with it. It's much more of a gaming first console.
Yes.
Which is interesting coming from Sony, considering that Sony in itself is an extremely...
One thing I think that's cool, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is the login process. So I have the camera, and I think this is really cool because it's looking for my face. Should find it.
Hopefully. Our camera might be in the way of that camera.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
This is the only time I've never seen. There it goes.
There it goes.
Usually it's really instant. And there I am. It sees my face. It sees I'm holding the controller.
It likes your face. In my messy.
I have to
background.
line up the squares.
You have to line up the squares. Okay.
Yeah. So.
We can just jump in and log in at this point.
Yeah.
We know what's available, and it most likely works if it wasn't a giant camera in front of it that's recording. So
it does usually work really well. That's the only time I've really had any issues with it. It's, of course, when we're recording a video.
So the first thing I'm going to jump out and say I noticed is when I saw the PS4, we did the unboxing. When I saw the interface, I was like, this looks very familiar. There's no getting around it. It's a good way of looking like the Xbox's interface in some ways because it's not bad because what they had before sucked. That cross media bar thing sucked. Right out there. And what they have on the Vita sucks.
Yeah,
so,
the Vita interface is
terrible.
Nightmare.
This is good, easy to read, easy to kind of view, and I think we're looking at a friend feed right now.
Yeah, and I think this is really cool. They've really gone a step further with their network, and obviously they learned a lot of lessons from its competitors like Xbox Live. When I'm playing a single player game, and I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Black Flag lately, I get pop-ups as to how my other friends are doing in the game, and I think that's cool. You know, it's a single player game. Usually you feel very isolated. You know, you're in your own story world. But it's cool how they've managed to link you and your friends together. Despite the fact that it's a single player game, it'll tell me, you know, I'm the best pirate amongst my friends, or my friends, taking more ships than I have, and I need to step up my game. So. And
one of the things I wanted to mention, we did not mention in the Xbox section. We'll mention now. We'll probably round us again towards the end. Is the cost of sort of the online connectable features, sort of with like Xbox Live is $60 to get a lot of those things.
Yeah, you need Xbox Live. You need Xbox Live. You absolutely need it.
And for PlayStation Plus now is a requirement, unlike before. I think it's basically a requirement to play and kind of connect online. It's
not quite essential yet. You can still play games online, but with PlayStation Plus, you get a lot of cool stuff. You get a bunch of games that MSRP are $15, $20, and you get a bunch of them a month, and they give them to you for free.
Oh, that's cool.
And as long as you're a subscriber, you pay $50 a month, you get to keep those games.
So it's $50 a month?
Yeah. Oh no, $50 a year.
Oh, I was about to say.
A year. I'm sorry.
$50 a year, so it's cheaper, and you get a little bit more of a gaming value out of. Versus Xbox Live Gold subscription, but they both seem to cater to different things. I think in most cases, if you want a complete experience with these consoles, you got to invest into that. And I think that just gives you the full, like it's like
Right.
unlocking it basically.
Oh yeah.
So
For example, this is Resogun. This is a game that was $15 at launch, but because I'm a PlayStation Plus member, I got it for free. And this is actually one of the better titles to launch with the console.
Oh,
it's a
sweet.
small downloadable game. I'll just start it up and show you guys a little bit of Resogun.
And
We'll talk in the meantime though, because
the PlayStation 4 itself obviously has Blu-ray capabilities like the PS3 did. It's also 500 gig hard drive inside of it that's actually replaceable, user replaceable, so you can add your own hard drive to the system. And
solid
states as well too. Solid states are a little struggling price per gig. They're still good. They're still going to be fast. I prefer solid state over that, but you're still if you're going to want to get something close to what you have right now, it's going to be
they do have the solid state hybrid
Hybrids,
drives, and the difference in testing between a pure solid state drive that's very expensive, we'll say, and a hybrid drive is only a second or two. And you can get a terabyte solid state hybrid drive for $100.
Yeah.
$120, and you get almost the same performance
out of it, because that's been one of the complaints about the PS4 recently, has been the slow load times and sort of slow navigation through the menu system. I would still say right now, if you're going to decide to pick this up, wait before you're going to jump and get that hard drive. And the reason I'm saying that is because they're going to keep pushing out updates to these consoles to kind of fix those solutions out there. I would always say, if you're going to upgrade that drive, you're upgrading more for the size than you're trying to upgrade for the actual speed. And I'd rather if you don't need that size, I'd rather see someone just keep the hardware you already paid for and just have Sony fix the software and get the experience faster.
Oh yeah.
So that's something that I would definitely suggest there with that. But they had to use a replaceable drive before, but this time you can't install Yellow Dot Linux and all that nonsense. It's just whatever is on here. And this is the share feature I think you're gonna
Actually, you saw as Warren was talking, I jumped into a game of Resogun, and I'm not the best Resogun player quite yet, but if I wanted to share my gameplay with friends, I could just hit the share button, go to broadcast gameplay, and I did make a Twitch TV account. Let's see if it works. I was playing FIFA 14, and there was I started a game and there was no soccer ball. And I was like, I broadcasted it. And I played awesome. I played a game with no soccer ball. It was crazy.
It's crazy.
Resogun. Let's name my session Resogun.
Okay, let's check that out.
Oh wait, noob.
And this is people you can see on Twitch, right?
Yeah. So if you go, you go on Twitch TV and look for this video. You obviously wouldn't be looking right now, but if you were to go on Twitch TV,
the broadcast has started. To stop broadcasting, press the share button. So okay, so now it's broadcasting.
So now I'm broadcasting. It's actually, if you look in the top right, it's actually broadcasting my face, and it's actually broadcasting my voice too.
In danger.
And if people were connected to this channel right now, I just died. People were connected to this channel right now. You could actually see the user comments at the bottom, and they would probably
failed and trolled.
Yeah, they'd probably be pretty negative because I'm not doing too well right now. But
why do you exist? That's most likely they would say.
Exactly. Gamers can be cruel sometimes, but
sometimes. Oh man.
But I mean, I think it's a great feature.
Yeah, definitely. That's a cool feature to have.
It's something the Xbox is getting, eventually. But
the thing is, I think with this is that Microsoft is developing their own network for that, while PlayStation went with an already established network with Twitch.
Yes.
So they partnered with somebody. So that's pretty cool there.
Yeah.
The only thing that it's nice to have it right away, but sometimes I worry about these partnerships because you never know when that's going to end, and if that ends, what does it mean for you and your system and doing these things, especially if you become a popular person doing these things. But there are a lot of people that are popular doing these type of things.
Oh yeah.
But let's
You want to hop into something else? You want to try remote play?
Let's do a little bit of remote play, some second screen action here.
All right.
So let's just go ahead and check that out.
So I'm gonna go home. See, now the multitasking isn't quite at the Xbox's level. I mean, the Xbox, you hit the home button, you get your screen minimizes, and you get the menu. Now I need to like close application, okay? And I mean, I could have kept it open. It's just one of those things. It's not as streamlined.
It's not pretty.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You want that pretty experience. Oh, and also in the box you do get the one of these new PS4 controllers that has all the the 6-axis stuff inside of it, the motion controls and things like that. Maybe you've seen our playroom video, which a lot of people liked. That was probably one of the coolest aspects is the little playroom and kind of getting that started. That was really a lot of fun. I actually
did that with my girlfriend, and she was quite impressed. She's not a gamer at all, and she was like, "Where are these things on the screen?"
It's impressive. I would keep resetting the console just for them to do the whole like calibration beginning there. So that is what you're seeing right there is remote play. So he has it connected. The PS Vita is connected to the PS.
I'm actually going to stand up and show you here.
Yeah, hopefully you can see. As he's kind of navigate through.
It's basically mirroring the screen.
Yeah, so pretty much one for one.
Now the PS Vita, if you're lucky, if you are into Black Friday deals like I am, you can actually get for $150. Yeah, I mean it's still an extra $150, and that bumps the price over the Xbox One.
And for international folks out there, there's rumors. I think the UK version. Or when it's released in the UK, I think they're supposed to include a Vita bundle. That's one of my disappointments with the PS4 here in the US launch. Among other things about their launch that hasn't gone that great was the fact that they did not like the Vita should have been bundled in. Like I was just mentioning to him, they should have dropped card support for it. Don't do cards. Downloadable games only. Put it in with a console. That it would just got more people into wanting to use it. I think at that point, and that's much more portable than some other competitors that use second screen technology, like with the Nintendo and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about getting in too close, but you can kind of see here as Ryan's going to play a little weird try this
but
here.
It's basically mirroring the screen.
You can see exactly what's happening.
And the lag right now, we're on a local network. There's no noticeable lag.
And that's the other thing too. The PlayStation 4's second screen experience can work through Wi-Fi, and I believe it can work. It can you can connect it through a 4G LTE hotspot as well too. I think you said before, and be able to work to be able to use.
Yeah, there have been reports that through 4G LTE there isn't actually any noticeable lag either.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, which is great. And
right now you're playing the game as you were playing with the original controller on here and having a blast. Like same thing. It's so game centric. This is what you want to see when it comes to second screen experiences, and we're gonna get probably into the most in-depth one a little bit later as far as the second screen is concerned, and we'll show you what that kind of looks like in our next the next console we go over.
Yeah, but overall, I've had the PlayStation 4 for a week. I've liked it.
Before we wrap up, I want to jump into let's take a look at some of the other things in the console menu as far as like your multimedia features that you can use. Because while it's not multimedia centric, it does have a few things available there. I think I saw the Blu-ray player, of course, but I think also we saw there you have.
Right. People care about stuff besides games.
Yeah, who knew? You spend $400, you might want to do it a little bit more than everything else. There is the internet browser, which we could take a look at.
I haven't used it.
Let's try. Let's go to BWOne.com if we can. Let's see if the
sure. Search or enter URL.
Let's enter the URL. Now, what will be boss is that does not make any sense. And the Vita's keyboard should have popped up, I would think, but it didn't pop up when he's typing this in. So he's got it. All right, for all of you console creators, bundling a physical keyboard. Just bundling a physical keyboard. This is the days of annoyance with having to type that stuff around. So and you can see here, it's all right. It's definitely like it's not
very smooth.
It's not something that we see. It renders the page well, but we have a very generic. We have a very good website that like works with as many browsers as possible. And we always try to achieve that. Now it's not as smooth, and it's also it's not as accurate. I can see some of the things that are wrong on it, but it does at least bring it up. Let's check out Flash Video. It looks like it'll play it, and that's pretty cool if it does.
It's very difficult to. With the right stick. Okay.
With the right stick. Can you touch screen navigate it?
Oh no.
No, you can't. All right. Let's see if it plays.
Oh, those play. All right.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And the nice thing about this is, with the second screen experience, is that let's say I want to turn to watch some TV and do something else different. He can walk away and still continue to play. That's going to be very cool for
and you can just switch the input on your TV and watch TV.
And that's going to be big for a lot of parents that want to, I want to watch TV, but my kid wants to play games, and you can take the kid and let him go and do his thing.
Right.
And that's pretty cool with this, and you're going to see the next console go over that. It's really emphasized heavily in that. Now, the other thing is TV and video. They have Amazon, Redbox, Netflix, Hulu Plus, all those things. Crackle, which is their own, and I think Sony actually owns Crackle. But you have Sony, I think, play movies or play like
there's
Music Unlimited. Right there at the end. Is that there? Video Unlimited and Music Unlimited are also available in there as well too. So you do get some extra features. Now we didn't mention the Xbox One. You do have Xbox Music and those extra stuff as well for content and just getting more value out of the console in general here. And you can see as we navigate through the menu, it's not this. It's a good experience. Don't get me wrong. It's a very good experience, but compared to some of the other consoles, it doesn't give you that. It doesn't give you that sort of, you don't feel immersed in as much. It seems like every menu you're going out of is a little bit of a jarring experience to come out of it. And that's what when you're making an interface, you want something that has like, you don't want to be jarred out of it. Something that honestly Microsoft actually has more problems. We used to have a lot more problems with in the past with a lot of their things that they've kind of smoothed out a little bit. But it seems like Sony is still like, it's like this looks completely different than from what we've seen in another screen, and it's like and it's like you want to grasp on a certain level of look. When you're looking at the interface, the best at this is Apple. Apple's the best at giving you one interface that works very well, and you get this certain look and theme that works well across all of its devices. So you become familiar with it, you become comfortable with it, and then you like to use those. You like to use it. Hancock is on sale for $5. That's hilarious. That's an awesome movie, by the way. If you want to see a superhero movie with Will Smith cursing, Hancock is the way to go with it. With a very silly story. Hancock's one a good movie.
Fast and the Furious is on sale.
Oh, good lord! For free?
No, $3. It's cheaper than Hancock.
Oh, gee, this should be. It should be. Okay, so we've kind of seen some of the movies and stuff here, and right now he's still navigating this using the Vita. Mm-hmm. We didn't even switch back to the controller, which does have a touch function on the top of it. If you saw our unboxing and setup, it has that. So basically, we've gone through the PS Vita. Maybe we've gone through a little bit faster than the PS4. Then we've gone a little bit faster than we did with the Xbox One. I think that's kind of because. Sony doesn't have everything ready. Neither they don't have it because it currently can't play audio CDs, which I'm just agitated about.
I don't think the Xbox can either. Though.
I think that has. I don't know. I think that has some similar issue as well too. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I can't play audio cylindrical discs.
Yeah,
compact disc that the PS1 was known for. Can't play it in here, but either way. Let's round up what we think about the PS4. I think the PS4, as far as the interface is concerned and the experience, I've already liked it better than the PS3, and even better than the PS2. I like where Sony's going with this. It seems like they're going in the right direction. As before, they were lost for a little while. You really wasn't quite sure where they were going, but the PS4 I think is a great experience. And as far as the launch itself, it really wasn't the greatest launch for them. But as far as picking up and getting in the box and playing the game and getting into the experience, much better than I think with the PS3. One of the things we also didn't mention in the last, we'll probably mention this in the roundup as well too. None of these games are backwards compatible with your old stuff.
Nope.
None of them.
Nope.
One system is kind of, but in the mentioning with the PS4, they have a weird backwards compatibility thing with PS3 games. You basically upgrade your game if it's supported to do it. Mm-hmm. So if you buy a PS3 game and it's, I bought this, but it's supported to work on PS4.
Like a Battlefield or Assassin's Creed or
it's
Call
very
of Duty.
Recent games.
It's like $10.
$10 upgrade, which is, I guess that's their backwards compatibility kind of option, but it's a little funky in that regards. But I don't want to get too negative on the PS4 because, like I said, I really think it's cool. The second screen experience is very cool as well too. It brings Vita back to life a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It makes it a viable option to have. Mm-hmm. To be able to do things. I think they still gotta. It's still more of just kind of mirroring, and it needs to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think it's very good. Gaming's also very good on this as well too.
This is a pure gaming console.
Yeah,
you're not going to get the multimedia experience that you would with the Xbox One or even the Wii U.
Yeah.
You won't get that with this, but you will get a fantastic gaming console. So some of the games that have been released actually for the Xbox One and the PS4, they're running higher resolution on the PS4. There are comparison videos out there of that as well. I know Call of Duty is running on 1080p on this,
it is.
but it's running on 720p on the Xbox One, and that's not a jab at the Xbox. You know, developers need time to
they can always do updates to those things to change that around. So
absolutely. I got a patch for Assassin's Creed that upgraded
because it was
to
at 900. Like it was at 900p at launch.
Yeah,
and then they upgraded it to 1080p after the launch when they made sure there wasn't really any bugs or anything wrong with it. So you're gonna get the best. Averagely, the graphics on most cross-platform games probably should be better on the PS4 in most cases. Not a guarantee. Definitely not a guarantee because it depends on the developer. But it probably will be that. But like you said before, to wrap this up here, it's the PS4 pure gaming experience, and that's what if you care only about the gaming, that's where it's at. And I think for that, the pricing is a little high right now for just something that's pure gaming console. I think they need to be in the $300 price range a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what you got to pay the premium to be an early adopter.
Yeah,
same thing with the Xbox.
Yeah, same thing. You're paying the premium, obviously, But overall, this is our our walkthrough of the PS4. So hopefully, you got some information out of that. But next, we're gonna jump into another Japanese gaming company that's been around longer than all the rest of them, and even its console's been out a little bit longer than the rest, but it's sort of relaunching again, and that is a Nintendo Wii U. So wrap up here with the PS4. We like it. It's pure gaming, but definitely something, if you're into pure gaming, something to get at. You might want to wait for the price to drop a little bit on it. But next, let's take a look at the Nintendo Wii U and see what that has to offer now, being out for a year. And now here we are. It's been a long day, so it's a little bit dimmer right now. But thank you for staying with us in this video for as long as you have. Now we're going to talk about the Nintendo Wii U. I was about to say 3DS.
Well, you got the shirt on.
I do got the shirt on, and it's XL. So, but this is the Nintendo Wii U that we're going to be talking about here. This is the console that came out before the other two in this current generation, and it was basically kind of a flop of a launch. But right now, it's
if we want to go into the backstory, Warren got his at launch.
Yeah, and actually, for the first time ever, got a DOA console from Nintendo.
Wow!
At a launch, I actually did. I do have to mention that I did get one on a launch. So I had to, that's why we actually didn't have our review because I had to go and get another one. That's a bit of a process at the time, but no worries about that. Now, I should be fair. All consoles deal with that, and within the first couple of years.
Yeah, there have been reported launch consoles for both the PS4 and the Xbox One that have been dead out of the box too.
Yeah, so it's something that does happen. Hopefully, it doesn't happen on Christmas Day for some of you out there. So it's the only thing I would worry about. But we should be good otherwise. But let's get into the Nintendo Wii U that's been out for longer than pretty much all the other consoles. It has probably the best second screen experience, because the second screen experience is the experience with the controller here, the Wii U controller here that has a 7-inch screen on it, basically like a tablet almost.
It's included too.
It's included within the package, so it's not something you have to buy extra for. So it's like you get that experience right out of the box that you need it to pretty much play. But also, it does support, if you have a Wii, it does support the old accessories on it, and its backwards compatibility is a little bit better as well too, because it will play old Wii games.
Right.
And I think you can transfer your old data from the Wii to the.
There is a
utility on here from like an SD card and to it over onto it. Now this has the smallest amount of storage. It's only 32 gigabytes of storage on here, but you can expand the storage at least with a full SD card, not micro SD.
Full SD and a USB hard drive.
USB hard drive as well too. You can add on to it, so you can get a little bit further as far as storage with it. So, but at least the 32 gigs in this is flash. So you don't have to worry about any spinning disk or anything crashing on you. It's flash memory, so it's going to be very fast and efficient for you. So that's pretty good. But we're getting more into the technical stuff here.
I think it's important to mention too that with all this, the controller, the console, the 32 gigs, you're getting all this for $300.
And I think the game's included, right?
Cheaper.
Nintendo Land included.
You can get Zelda Wind Waker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they have the Wind Waker bundle now.
Yeah.
I have the deluxe set when it first came out. And that's the 32. I think
the sports games
or something. Because I think the one that isn't 32, it's 16 and 32, right?
Yeah.
16 for the other. But
I think they discontinued it.
Yeah, just get the 32 gig. They should have never came out with 2 models of that size to begin with. Just get the 32 gig. I think they're promoting pretty much the black version of it.
Yeah.
And I think
the white one I don't think exists anymore.
I don't think exists anymore. And I think the Zelda bundle is something you can definitely jump on and grab. I wish I could get that one.
I got it.
Yeah. I'm such a huge Zelda fan.
I waited.
It's all gold, right? Isn't it?
The Wii controller is
gold.
Yeah, it's blinged out.
I need my gold, man. I'm a Zelda fan. I got a link between worlds right now, and Zelda's my thing, you know.
Yeah.
But getting into the console itself, it's pretty much a 2-screen experience. What you're seeing here on the display here itself is sort of the immersive sort of world that's going around you within the Nintendo world. So you see what different people are doing within the universe, and people are talking and posting little things like that and doing little fun things. Now you can switch between that if you go into the controller here, which hopefully you guys can see, and I just tap there. I can switch out and I get to the menu system here, which if you ever used a DS before, they basically ported that experience into the pretty much full console here. And let's see, we navigate around. So you have your menu system, and you have all the different things you can choose from Amazon. You have the game itself, which you do have like Amazon, Hulu Plus, Netflix, and I'm actually over here. You have the game itself. You have Amazon Plus, Amazon Hulu Plus. You have Netflix, YouTube. You have some other games like Wii Sport Club, which is a little interesting type of thing where you kind of rent a game in essence. Very, very weird experience. But you do have messaging, chatting. It has all those things. It's not as immersive as the other two in terms of a network's concerned. It definitely is not. It's not something that like you get with Xbox Live and Nintendo's, the PSN, because basically Nintendo's is free. There isn't anything to pay for, but you're not really getting a whole lot of it when you're dealing with their networking experiences. And some of the games you think that would be network compatible, it's not.
Now, speaking on games, if you want purely like a gaming console, you're a Nintendo fan, now is the right time to buy the Wii U.
Yeah, it definitely is.
The exclusives are hitting hard, they're hitting fast, and they're hitting right now. Super Mario 3D Land just came out, and although I've only played the first world, I think it might be the best Mario that I've ever played.
That's what I've heard.
And I've been playing since I was 5. So
that's what I've heard so far. So let's actually jump into some of these different applications. I think now they have the Wii app. That's basically to play rolled games off the Wii U that'll play, and you can use your old controller and stuff like that. So a good regular Wii game to play, maybe like Skyward Sword, you can still play on here. That's a very, very good Zelda game to play. But let's actually jump into the game, Super Mario Bros. Wii U. I got loads up here. And it's preparing to update, and that's one of the things you're gonna get used to, and not just this console especially, but a lot of others. There's always an update or something, and they kind of force it upon you to update. There isn't a I don't feel like doing this update right now. Can you tell me what's not gonna work, and I'll come back to it.
You actually cannot use the Xbox One out of the box. You have to update it,
and that's so annoying.
So if you don't have access to a network, and you have an Xbox One, let's say you're sending it overseas, make sure you update it before you send it, because they're not going to be able to.
All right, so we're going to let this go ahead and update. We're obviously going to, through the magic of video editing, completely jump this. So we'll let this update, then we'll jump into a game. So just give it a few minutes here. All right, guys, we're finally back from that update to play a game, which I'm just...
Update took... It said a minute, right? It took probably 10 minutes.
It's like 10 minutes to do, But hey. We'll get into that a little bit later towards our wrap up about updating and gaming in general. But what you're seeing right now is me playing Super Mario Bros. Wii U. Hopefully we'll jump back into here. And one of the good games to get, definitely.
Now, this is new Super Mario Brothers. This is what came out with the console.
Yeah.
This isn't Super Mario 3D World, which just came out last week, which is a great title. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that was a little bit different here. This one's more of like traditional platform Mario versus Super Mario 3D kind of goes into the Mario Galaxy, Mario 64 style of playing. But you can see I got the screen on here, and I've got the screen here at the bottom. And what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and, let's go into I already beat this game. So you have two options to choose from. Some games you can play with the Wii mode, And you can have competitiveness, or you can play with the Wii U gamepad. I'm gonna play with the gamepad here, and you'll see here. And I already beat the game, so I think it's gonna have me at Bowser's Castle already.
Now, if
Oh, no, it
if you
doesn't.
have if you're buying this for Christmas and you know that there are multiple kids or multiple people playing games, the Wii U probably has the best local multiplayer experience.
And I die in the beginning of this.
Hey, man.
And it's a game over.
Yeah, we're doing a video.
Doing a video.
It's tough, man. It's tough to play.
I know. Considering
I was trying to
beat
play
this game.
Resogun. It was tough.
Yeah, man, it's a little tough to play this from time to time. Let's go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna choose a different stage.
But even though we're not showing it, I think this console has the best local multiplayer.
Oh yeah, definitely out of the others.
Yeah, with
Definitely.
Mario Kart coming, this has local multiplayer. The Wii Sports, like, it's this is just by far the best local multiplayer console.
Oh yeah.
If you want online play, you probably don't want a Wii U.
Nah, yeah, online play is definitely more focused.
Nintendo isn't quite there with it yet.
So I'm actually like not even looking at the TV when playing this. And this is what I love to do, because it's always like when you jump on Yoshi and they add the little music. And those are little touches that Nintendo does in a lot of games. If you want strong first-party titles, Nintendo's gonna be there for you on that. Their first-party lineup is better than most people. They've been milking their titles forever. You know?
Yeah.
But the games are good. But
I mean, they should be, because they find new and interesting ways to make their titles great.
They really do. Ooh, there you go. We'll jump around here. We're just gonna play a little bit of the game.
Yeah, I mean, they're very different consoles. I mean, if you want, you know, first-person shooters and a crazy multiplayer online experience, you probably don't want the Wii U.
Yeah.
You probably don't.
There we go. But you can see how good the gameplay is.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And the level of difficulty is going to be a little bit harder than most games, because it's Nintendo's very old school about doing their gaming. They make it hard.
They kind of ease you into it with these new Mario titles, where the first level, the first few worlds are pretty easy.
Yeah, but then when you get deep into it,
yeah,
it starts to pull out the hard button, and there's no easy button to shut that down with at all.
No.
Let's see if I can get through this. Let's see if I can get through this first stage here. And this is one of the harder stages too.
Jeez.
You can see all the stuff that's happening. I think I'm towards the end. You see Yoshi can do a little bit of flying. He is a dragon. Got my Yoshi back, and I'm done.
Now, do you want to try quitting out of the game? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, so let's say, I want to watch some TV or something now. And like my mom just walked in. Some of you kids are like, their parents want to watch TV, want to watch some grown-up stuff. You hit, let's say we want to change that. So I want to change. I want to watch TV. Now the easiest way to do that is to actually go hit the TV button. We'll change the input on the TV. We'll change it to I don't know what channel my TV's on exactly. We'll change to a Chromecast. Let's say they're watching Chromecast or something like that. So we'll see. We'll change that. Just give me a second here to do that. And I keep hitting the back button, that's why. Let me change that. So now that changed. The TV just changed, but I can still game right here on the console, on the controller here itself. And I can go within 30 feet anywhere in the home, because use Bluetooth and be able to play. So this is the cool part about that. And this is definitely something I think a lot of parents would like, is to be able to not really have to buy their kid another TV if they don't want to,
right?
And with the Wii U and be able to play.
Now, the one thing with, this is the second screen experience. It has the TV functionality. The TV functionality on the Wii U compared to the Xbox One.
Oh, it's just the IR blaster at the end of the day.
Yeah, it really feels like it's just an afterthought almost. Which I mean, it's a nice afterthought.
I mean, it has a guide, a little bit to navigate you around, but it's not even really worth showing that much, because when you compare it to the you son of a. I don't like you. Oh wow. When you compare
the Xbox, the Xbox, it's integrated. It's meant to be everything.
Everything. And this is meant to be just a pure fun family gaming experience. And they're gonna have some mature games on here, definitely more so than they have with the original Wii. There are some very mature games coming out. One of the games I'm excited that I think they're bringing soon is the sequel to Bayonetta, which is a game that's definitely on a mature level if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
So for you adults out there that want to play something maybe a little mature, Bayonetta's a good game for that, that you might want to be interested in playing. You can see as I'm hopping around here and jumping around. The TV's doing something else, but I'm still on here playing. All my games, it saves everything.
I've actually, you know what I've seen that's very interesting is I've seen people actually use the Wii U as a portable console.
Yeah.
And like on long car trips, you can actually just bring the console, plug it into your AC adapter in your car, and use the controller.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
I think it's really cool. So that's pretty much it for the gaming stuff right there. We do have a browser. Let you jump into the browser and take a look at it. It's not much of anything really going on.
To preface, I think, let's be frank, I think this is the worst browser.
Oh, out of the three, definitely. Out of the three, definitely.
And you'll see why.
It's not. It's still using, I think, Opera as its main.
I don't even know. I don't know if they can fix it.
Yeah, they can. They got enough. They do enough software updates to be able to get that going. So let's go to BWOne.com. Pops up here.
And you can actually pop it onto the TV, which is kind of cool if you get back to the input.
Go back to the input here, and let's see. We go back. We're on HDMI 1, I think, on this. Always got to remember where things are. And it's going up. I got to point it towards it. Probably. There we go. HDMI 1. Just connecting my Chromecast. Definitely worth the $35 to grab a Chromecast if you haven't heard yet. And you can see there, it's got the game actually up on the screen on pause, but I think I could throw this onto the screen if I remember how to do it. Which has been a little while since I've jumped into this. Probably not. That's all right. We'll just hit home and we're going to the TV, which I can show you the interface. I know I don't have the TV connected properly for it yet since I've moved recently, so I don't have the whole thing sort of set up the way I want it to be set up. But
I think your cable box is actually disconnected right now because of the Xbox.
Yeah, it's probably disconnected right now. It's probably looking for it, but it's like a little guide and stuff you can go through to do it. But we'll go ahead and go back to the home screen here and kind of wrap this up. You do have the Nintendo eShop, which can allow you to buy, games and content to download. And you do put a lot of old school games up there as well.
It's been greatly improved too because
and look, you have little mini games that you can play.
There's some instances where I found the games show up on the eShop before they show up in retail. Yeah,
and some of the full games, like full Wii U games, are going to be available for downloadable as well.
All of them. Actually, I bought the new Mario at midnight. Yeah.
Wow.
I was in my PJs just at my computer. I was like, oh, Mario came out. I went on my Wii U, I downloaded it, I woke up the next day and played it.
As you can see, this is what the shop, we'll go to shop home here. This is a great way now. They use, all of them, let's we told me to comment about, is all of them now use a money system. They use regular dollars instead of points, which was a far more complicated situation back then. But you can see download codes, you can do balance. Mega Man was awesome. They always have a sale every Thursday. They always like a sale for a week, and some of you kids don't know what Mega Man is, and trust me, it's a hard game, and you probably will suck at it and give up. But I recommend picking it up and playing, especially Mega Man 3, which I think is the best one out of it. Mega Man 3 is awesome, but Mega Man 2 is the one a lot of people talk about a lot. I like Mega Man 2. It helped the system, but if you don't want to beat yourself over the head, don't get Mega Man 1. That's completely hard and very, very hard to play.
Yeah. But one thing, the overcompassing of this though is I think the eShop that they have now really shows that Nintendo is really taking a shining and paying attention to the online experience, which isn't quite there yet. But I do have confidence that they will get there.
Now, one of the things I'm concerned about is I don't know if they've solved this yet. I think if you get a game on here and you get a game on your 3DS, I don't think they merged just yet, and that's one of the major issues that I'm kind of having with Nintendo here. But we can wrap this up a little bit by just Nintendo has always had some type of second screen stuff going on, because I remember back in the GameCube days being able to connect your Game Boy Advance, and that was like a big thing with them with this. So we'll go ahead and head back to the main menu here. I know you can't see us, but it kind of summarizes up with the Wii U. Family fun entertainment, solid amount of launch titles, fun games to play, and you're just concerned about gaming and get a little bit of Netflix, a little bit of YouTube, a little bit of you know multimedia with it. The Wii U is going to be something that you're going to want to go with, and especially if you want to game with a group.
I don't want to pigeonhole it into the family category though.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't have a family yet.
I shouldn't say that. Yeah.
I play it by myself. Warren, you know, we both play our Wii U's by ourselves, and I think it's a good gaming console.
Oh no, definitely.
I think it's a solid gaming console.
Definitely is. So overall, I definitely have to give thumbs up to Nintendo, and it's definitely one to consider. It's $299, so it's the cheapest out of the three.
Yeah. Which
is definitely something to consider with. So overall, let's go ahead and I'll wrap up our thoughts about all three of these consoles here.
Okay.
All right, guys, we have gone through each one of the consoles. Like I said, long video, long day.
Yeah.
But we try to give you as much information as we possibly could about all three of them here. Some of the things that are like what we discussed that were common with them is they all have some type of second screen experience, which you saw with each one of them. You also saw they have some type of online shops, some type of online capabilities with them as well too. All of them have some form of entertainment with them as well, in varying degrees here, and they're all different in terms of how that experience is.
One other thing they have in common too. You know what it is.
Oh, updates. Good God.
The updates are killer day one.
They are. They're killer. I'm tired of installing a game and updating. You install a game, you update. I want to play a game, I have to update. You play the game, you update. You hit the game, and then you got to update. Every single time, it seems. It's like updating Java on your computer. It's like every day you got to update.
Yeah.
It gets to a point like, come on, guys, developers out there, understand that this patch is the thing that you need to put out there. But I'm giving you the break on the recent stuff. But like, seriously, if it's been out long enough and you've had experience with them, you have QA like you're supposed to. Stop with the updates. We get updates more for the games than we do from the actual console makers themselves. Mm-hmm. Like there's more updates for them, and it's like, come on, with that. I know we're going a bit ranty about that, but understand when you're opening these up for the first time,
you have probably a good hour.
Yeah.
Good hour of just setup time and update time. So get a coffee, get a snack.
Get some eggnog.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some eggnog. It's gonna be a little while, and it's a little disappointing. I mean, we come from the era where Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega, you popped it in, it was on, it just went, it just worked. And unfortunately, these things do so much now, so much more complex than they were before. Now we have to deal with the fact of updates and things like that. So just know from the get-go, you're gonna update. You're just gonna sit there and watch it just do this.
The Xbox One, not even usable until you update it.
Yeah,
you cannot use it. Period.
Yeah. And they took the offline update where you can do it through USB off right now. That's gonna probably come back. PS4, at least you can still do that right now. Wii doesn't even have an option for that. You've got to update through there, and it probably takes the longest as far as this update's concerned compared to everybody else. It takes a while for this console to update. The PS4 was the fastest, and I say the Xbox is sort of there in the middle, but. You're dealing with, like I said, is it $300, $400, $500 consoles. You got an idea what each one offers, what each one is going to give to you, and this is the best way probably to review it right now because, like we said before, it takes a while for these consoles to sort of fire up and get to a point where you can say who's a clear winner.
Oh yeah, and I would say of my initial impressions, if you're looking for a next gen console, if you want a full multimedia experience, you have to go with the Xbox. If you're just looking for games, though, save yourself $100. Go with the PS4. Yeah. And then if you want that X factor, the Nintendo, the local multiplayer, I mean, the Wii U is great. I think the Wii U complements both of these consoles.
Oh yeah, the Nintendo has done a good job even with the original Wii of being the second console in the home. Yeah. And it's something that's sort of a market they went after and they've been very successful with. And really, like, look at me right now. I have an Xbox One and a Wii U. And before I had a Wii and a Xbox 360, and with Ryan here, he has a PS4 and a Wii U.
Exactly. I mean, this is the common console amongst us because. We want to play the Nintendo exclusives. They're still fresh.
They're still fresh. They still have the best first party lineup out of these guys. We were just discussing about like iconic characters on these consoles, and really Nintendo has Mario, Link, Zelda, Metroid. That's probably their big three. But they have so many. You just load up Smash Brothers, and you just look, and they just have all these iconic characters.
Sony tried to do a Smash Brothers, and
twice.
That game, the PlayStation All Stars, I think.
Don't know.
And the game was okay, but I mean it was nowhere.
Don't forget it rit. They tried this twice.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing.
It's good.
It's good. No. The characters are just so iconic with Nintendo, and Sony doesn't really have the. I would say Sackboy and Nathan Drake, and that's another thing. What the hell is Little Big Planet? And on this thing should have been on launch. Sackboy, I think, is their iconic guy right now. They have some classic titles, but I'm talking about so many that everybody's gonna recognize. That's like the face of the console. I think Sackboy, Nathan Drake, and maybe like God of War, sort of a little bit with Kratos. Xbox, Halo, Master Chief. You know that's him. You know immediately when you see that. That's Microsoft. That's an Xbox game. So it's it's like first party as far as that's concerned. You only want to play the consoles that are from the best and exclusives, and that's something that you want to do. They're gonna beat everybody every single time, and it's really due to the fact the lineup is so large for them, and they're good at developing those things as well too. But
I got a question for you actually.
Yeah.
All right. So we know everything about these consoles right now. If you're going to the store right now and these are all available, like no explanation, which one are you picking? I'll tell you after you're done.
Which one am I picking up first?
Yeah, no explanation.
No explanation. The problem is that I come from the era of Nintendo, and I know I'm gonna pick this thing up first, just because I'm a Mario. I love those type of games, so I'm gonna pick this up first. Probably the second console, because we come from where we're used to having Nintendo, Super, and Sega, so we're used to having 2 or 3 consoles around at us all the time to be able to get the most gaming out of it. So I probably get an Xbox One next, which I actually did do. So that's probably the two that I would probably pair with.
For me, the first console I'm getting, PS4. I think it's the best middle ground. I think it's if you want a gaming console, which is what I want ultimately when I buy one of these things, I'm getting the PS4. I'm saving myself $100 over the Xbox One. Even though Warren has shown me today the great multimedia features of the Xbox One, I definitely plan on getting one in the future. But I'm going into the store and picking any one of these out.
We're talking about right now.
Right now, I'm getting the PS4.
And we're kind of making it seem like the Wii U came out at the same time.
No, it didn't.
And it didn't, though. That's the one thing we're mentioning. We're saying right now as if all 3 of these were all at launch at the same exact time, which one we would jump at first. Considering that this was our first, the majority of you that have already jumped on next gen probably already have this.
Yeah.
You probably have this already in the home if you haven't jumped on it yet. But
it's already seen a price drop, crazy bundles.
Yeah, it's already.
I mean, it has a huge jump start, and game wise, it's ahead.
It's ahead.
It is ahead.
It's ahead right now. I know there's going to be a bunch of flaming going down in the comments right now about us saying things and people kind of going at each other. I do ask that keep the comments clean and be constructive about what you're saying, because and in the end of the day, we all love games and all of them have good things about them, and maybe hopefully if you can get the chance to get all 3 and get the best of all worlds, and I think that's a cool thing to have. I remember having Nintendo, Super, and Sega all at the same time, and I could get whatever game I wanted, and all the games were good, and I didn't have to sit there and pick and choose necessarily as much. We're not all fortunate to get that, but you never know over time, because these all drop in price. They're dropping price, so it could be 3 years later before you get all 3, but as long as you get all of them, and if you want to get all of them and get all the experience that you want out of them.
Smaller, faster, and cheaper.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
I was this close until this got announced. If this did not get announced for this year, I would have ended up with the PS3 because of The Last of Us. I would have ended up with one. Yeah. But because The Last of Us, which should have been a launch title on this.
Oh yeah.
It should have been a launch title on this. They totally dropped the ball with that, I feel. But I would have gotten this with that, because I really wanted to play that game, and that game was very awesome looking. It's like, this looks good, has a cool level. That the game starts in Boston, which is a really cool level to see some of the things that we see here on a daily basis living in the city. So it'd been nice to kind of see that here. But overall, I think we're giving you guys as much as we know and much knowledge that we can give to you, and we're giving it to you from our first experience with it. We're giving it to you as our personal opinion along with what we know, and you're seeing us interact with it how you would. We're not giving you like a sort of a written up script and just running down the specs. No, we're giving you the real. This is how it is. This is how it looks. This is how our first experiences are with it, and our current experiences with it. Really, as these all consoles are new, even though it's been out for years, this is just I feel it's just as new, as fresh as the other two are. So the choice is up to you guys on deciding what to do, and I want to thank Ryan for coming through.
Yeah, I want to thank you for inviting me. This has been a very fun day, very educational day. It makes me kind of want the Xbox a little more. I have the Wii U and the PlayStation 4, and I do kind of want the Xbox.
I'm still like I'm waiting for like a Last of Us or type game to come out for this.
Oh, yeah.
That'll really look good. That I think I'll
They just teased an Uncharted,
but
that's not going to be for a couple of years.
Yeah, per year. So maybe I'll end up getting all three of these here. We're in a great era of gaming, so guys, definitely just enjoy it. Gaming entertainment is getting so much better. We're reaching that mature level now, and it's very cool to see what's going to come up in the future. So Bowman from BWOne, I want to thank Ryan also from BWOne for coming out here. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page here, and definitely catch all the content that we love to upload. We'll have probably some other extra things about each one of the consoles kind of going forward, a lot of tech videos, how-to videos, all sorts of crazy and great stuff we like to put out there for you guys to watch. Be sure to connect with us on all of the social networks. That's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's also Google+, and on our main website at BWOne.com. The link to all of those are in the description. And be sure to give this video a like. Thumbs up and likes really do help it out. Helps promote the video, gives a chance for other people to see what's going on with it. Be sure to share it around as well too. Definitely helps us out. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition. Thanks for watching.